The results are in on the premiere episode. I gotta thank everybody because we did it. We are a massive success. That's why I'm dropping this new banger to keep the momentum going. Let's just take a look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Obviously, it's just you and me right now. And that's good in a way. You're getting all of this information before anybody else. And these videos will eventually catch on. People will come searching for them. They'll get millions of hits because I have something sinister planned that will make the national news.
And I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle.
Could you imagine? That's the only way to get views as a new YouTuber. Negatively be in the national news. Because they will search your stuff. And I'm not that type of person. I'm a helper. I'm a good person. Let's get right into it.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word and at what it means. It designates a smooth transition from one topic or section to the next.
When you can write about anything, you'll wind up writing about nothing. Unless you have some focus, you probably won't write at all. When it comes to the craft of stand-up comedy, without constraints, you can't fully be free. The reason why so many comics have a difficult time sitting down and writing every day is they don't know what to talk about. No interaction or thing that they've observed out in the world pops into their head. So they're paralyzed. They can't make sense of what to start with. It's too many choices. Once you narrow it down to one topic, put some constraints on yourself, your mind will be bursting with ideas. Here's an experiment. All right, let's do this together. Think about writing a joke right now. Your mind's probably all over the place. It's chaos. Should I write about this? Should I write about that? Then another idea pops in. Okay, now wipe all of that away. Now, shrink the focus down to what happened on your 21st birthday. Think about what happened that day and that night. Your first time being legal. I bet your mind is filled with different thoughts and ideas. And as you write all of that out, jokes will come from that. It's much easier. Pick one topic. I'm going to give you a writing exercise in this video. I'll try to explain it as best as I can. But I'm going to leave some mystery because I want us to have that Mr. Miyagi moment. You know? Paint the fence. I shouldn't have hit the mic. Paint the fence. Paint it. Just do what I tell you to do. How about that? Here's how I stumbled upon that technique or that trick or unlocking that revelation. In the summer of 2001, I got hired to write and sometimes perform on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. My buddy, Brian Keith Etheridge, what's up, BKE? One of the funniest guys I've ever met. He's gone on to have huge success writing and actually running sitcoms. Just a great guy. He recommended me for the job, which I'll get into in another video. I'm going to do that a lot. I'm going to preview other videos. It was a 5-day-a-week show, and we had to write 5 to 10 jokes every single day just for one segment. It was like Weekend Update for sports. So we could only write about things that were happening in the sports world. In the summer, when it's only Major League Baseball and tennis and the Tour de France going on. So that's one constriction we had. I didn't think any of this was possible at the time when we first started doing it. Here's the second constraint we had. We couldn't be too harsh on the athletes or the owners because we had 6 to 8 guests on every show. And they wouldn't come on if we were being jerks to them. So that's constraint number 2. We couldn't make fun of Jerry Jones' hairpiece or his plastic surgery. He was one of the biggest, and still is, one of the biggest owners in the NFL. We worked for Fox Sports. The NFL is Fox Sports. They're not going to throw away billion-dollar deals over a joke. The third constraint, it was on television. We had to write it for broadcast over the airwaves. We couldn't work dirty. We couldn't curse. That's a minor one, but it had to be very clean. Despite all of that, no, actually, because of all of that, I was pumping those jokes out. I was doing 10 jokes a day, and they would just flow because I had to. I didn't have any choice. I wasn't able to be distracted by something else. I was locked in. Think about that. 5 to 10 jokes a day, just about whatever's going on in the small world of sports, in the time of the year where it's even less newsworthy. We're writing jokes about golf. I never did that for myself in my own act. I would sit and struggle. Okay, what do I write about? And I would just write, what do I write about? What do I write about? Because it was all boiled down to that very specific topic, tons of ideas. Tons of ideas. Here's your assignment. As soon as you possibly can after watching this video, so that you don't put it off, I want you to write for 40 minutes about your greatest fear. I don't want you to write jokes. I want you to just explore your greatest fear. It could be bats. It could be dying alone. It could be close spaces. Whatever it is. How it started. What would you have to give up to overcome that fear? Does the fear comfort you in a way? Is the fear good? Does it prevent you from making certain mistakes? Write everything you can about that fear. And the other things that people fear that you don't fear because you have this fear. Just get it all out. Examine it. Write stream of consciousness. Again, don't write any jokes about this. Don't try to be funny. Just write out everything you possibly can in 40 minutes without stopping about this biggest fear you have. Then, if you're comfortable with it, leave a comment about what your fear is, if you're okay with sharing it. You don't need to try to make a joke. Just put it down there. Because in the next video, I'm going to tell you what my biggest fears have been. And maybe what they still are. And I'm going to explain where to go from that point. And how doing this actually helped me overcome one of my big fears. I wrote my way through a fear. I didn't know I was doing it at the time. I'm not asking you to leave a comment so that I get more engagement and the numbers do better. I don't care about that right now. The reason why I want you to do it is there's very few people watching this, and I can respond to everybody who leaves a comment. So I want to be able to help you personally. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it. I completely understand. I don't even know who's watching this right now. I'm not going to give you a hard time. Why didn't you comment? Are you afraid? Is that your biggest fear? Of me being successful? Why do you hate my guts? You have your assignment now. Get to work. All those people who said you wouldn't do it, you wouldn't be successful, you wouldn't make it, you wouldn't put in the effort, prove them wrong. Even if it doesn't make sense, it will make sense when you watch the next video. Okay? Wax on, wax off. I'll see you very soon, because I'm excited about this. This is what I really enjoy about writing. It's a different technique than most people use.